Howdy, 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 my name's Anachi Sasuke, and I am a moron. You see, I just went to check to see how far along Volume 4 was going, and the last few times I checked that, I wasn't paying close enough attention, because Volume 4 ended 3 weeks ago while I was on my break, and I checked last week before I did my update video and was like, oh, it's not done yet, so we'll get to it when we get there. And I don't know if y'all didn't know, or maybe you did, but nobody corrected me, and I'm sorry. So, I could have finished Volume 4 last week and didn't know. But, so if I remember correctly, the last thing that happened was, there was battles happening in the underground, Bast is bleeding out, Lilith and the Ma are, like, being protected by people who I now know went to the same orphanage as Mace, somehow, for some reason. And Mace is in this cavern with this big weird statue thingy. I don't remember what voices I was using for people. I was going to say all this when I went to go do the prelude video, because I don't remember their voices either, but now I have to use the slightly older voices instead of little itty-bitty years ago voices. Whatever those were. So, Mace just went through a hole, either in the ground or through the wall, while he was trying to escape from the crazy dingo guy who was like, hey man, I'm trying to train you, but I'm going to kill you if you can't be trained. I'm the one that diced up your friend. It wasn't even the Sandman. Here, speaking of Sandman, fight Sandman. I remember that now. So he fought Sandman and he ran away and he's all beat up from that. And here we go. Weird tree creature thing. Mace. Mace. Do not be afraid. I am a messenger. Really now? My friends, are they safe? Nobody is safe. A great darkness approaches and Aruna will, and all within will be consumed, unless you attain the one true gift, the ultimate power of legend, your power. I tried. I gave it everything, but the power of the ages is granted to only one, but it must be unlocked. Seek the ancient key, the relic of Eresh Kigal. But what? Are my friends okay? And what are you? The spirits have many names. You must make a pilgrimage to the Isle of Logos. They will guide you to the Eresh Kigal. Wait, don't leave! You have to explain! What if you're wrong about me? How does... Seek the relic, Mace. It is the key to your power and the salvation of your world. If you fail, all those you love will perish. Ooh. What's happening to Whip over there? Something's happening to Whip over there. Vi, extraction time called in. We're too deep to signal a pad. Check that tunnel. We'll have to... Well, he ceased to exist. Or whatever it was. I think that might just be the darkness creature that Lilith ripped the eyes out of earlier. If I remember that right. Schlack. That's mine! Fall back. We're fighting our way out of here. Or our way higher. Now who's this? Igrath, we got a problem. You are not calling the cops. Let go of me, guys. A little help here. Oh, this looks like that thing you're always describing you want. Everyone calm down. Woods, right? What's the kerfluffle over? I honestly think I missed something, because there was the one last week we did the Christmas things, and they were saying how Igrath can't see. But I'm pretty sure the last time we saw him, he could see. So... did he just go blind off screen, or am I just not remembering it because it's been, like, a year since I've started doing this? I don't know. The kerfluffle! Your buddy Center's in that shack over there coordinating murders across Andorran over some delusional conspiracy bullshit! That's the kerfuffle! Hey, that. Well... no offense, but let me stop your explanation right there. Your backstory doesn't endear itself to starry-eyed trust. I mean, admittedly, that nightmare stuff is a little hard to swallow on faith. What if one of us were to call the authorities? Would we make that hit list? Nope, but I can't let you make that call, not when you've got things backwards. It would just be a little reassuring if we could see one shred of... What are you doing? That's our uplink. Tanada, I'm pulling the plug. We can't afford to... Your shots! Carl, keep him from getting any momentum. What the heck is going on here? Or is it somebody's scroll? Alive again, Lilith, not forever. I'm coming for you. Always for you. Spirits? What the hell is that? Conspiracy bullshit. Comes up, comes up. Vi, the kids, are they... Green, we're green. All recovery's accomplished. But we're engaged. Squad taking damage. This thing won't freaking die. You getting our coordinates? Extraction. We need... There's the coordinates. Hey, wait up. You need me to punch them in? Nope, there he goes. Vi, support is on the way. You've got to be kidding me. Is this some kind of trick or... Okay, so he's breaking through. He's... Okay, so there... Oh, hey, it's Mace. He came back out. And everybody's just having a real bad time. And there's the other guy from the orphanage. How did all these orphanage people end up in the secret underground military thing? Spirits, it's Nama. Lilith and Nama. If this is real, they're about to die. Scrack lasers. So he's carrying something. What is that? Is that that's? Oh yeah, that's what's her face. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on her name. He's slaying. Valiant light, all for naught. Brave or not, flesh will rot. Okay, she's out of ammo. And did she just like smack it with the... Yep, I think she just smacked it with the guns. Out of bullets, baubles, toys. Hope shall die when... Thunk. Wow, he got there quick. Wow, he got there quick. Are his powers his wings? I thought he just sort of already had those. I guess... Oh, okay, I thought he was also smacking him with the gun, but it looked like he just beating the hell out of him with the wings. Get everyone touching the jumper. It's set. Hum, thum, thum. Guns won't hurt it. I don't think that's guns. I'm pretty sure that's a grenade launcher from the sound of that. Whop. They're set! Repel! Or, is it... Yeah, repel. Whoosh. Thump. Is everyone linked? Lilith. Yeah, he really doesn't like her because she took his eyes. What was that? Was that really? Igrath throwing himself into the pits of hell to save his nieces from a living nightmare? Yeah. That. Bloop. Oh, they're back. Because jump pad. And Mace seems super traumatized. Where's Bast? Isn't he still bleeding out somewhere? Did they actually do something about that? Because I don't see him. They probably should have done something about that. But thank God they saved Vincent. And whatever her name was. We'll have to catch up later, Mace. So worried about you. Are you sure you're not hurt? What were you doing down there anyways, Lilith? Have you been listening to Ma again? You're smother me in love and assumptions. Pick one. No, it was me. I thought if we could understand the nightmares more... I was looking for the lost archives. Yeah, and they weren't even legible. Some old gobbledygook. Excuse me, Lilith. Nineso? Mr. Nineso? Igrath, Nineso, what did you do? Seriously, did they leave Bass down there? I'll see. 5 striped hopping hell, they're all here. Your basement keeps getting bigger. Lilith, delighted of course, but am I correct in hearing you found the lost archives? Do you remember any of the writings well enough to... I scanned them on my scroll. If you want to download a copy. He looks so happy. I'm just so glad you're all back safe, thank the stars. We wouldn't have been down there in the first place if it wasn't for me. All of this is my fault, and it won't even make a difference. Lilith, it's okay. It'll make a difference. Knowledge may not end our battles, but... Calais? I feel like all these people are explained in Prelude, and I guess I should be glad that I'm reading both, because some of these people now make sense to me. Others don't, but I imagine the further into Prelude I get, the more I'll know who the hell they are. Meanwhile, this lady, who I still cannot remember her name for the life of me. Okay, so they're wrapping him up, even though he seems like he's totally okay, other than being blind somehow. When did that happen? So they're talking to Nama because they don't know anything and she thinks they do. She's talking to Calais, even though I have no idea who that is. They're all in the medical bay because a lot happened to them, and Mace has questions, and they're sleeping, and he's probably not actually asleep. What was up with the energy field that had Whip earlier? So yeah, he's awake. There's 9, so... Huh! Easy. Looks like you need this more than me. Impeccable timing, Tia. You seem to have a knack for dispensing reassurance. From long years of needing it, but tell me, why do you need it? Or, I guess this is a lady? They said Tia, but I don't know. Calais' display earlier today, it may have a precedent. Not a known history, I mean, but in what Lilith retrieved from the archives. Narbonidus is right here in these scrolls. I can't translate most of it, not yet. It's a hodgepodge of languages. Sometimes the same symbol is a letter in one context and an entire word. Nineso, slow down. Just relax. Take a few breaths. We're safe here. Now, talk to me. Why are you afraid? It appears there's a distinct probability of life as we know it horribly ending. Well, at least we won't have to file taxes anymore. Why don't you walk me through your reasoning, start to finish? Very well. In our oldest records, we know Dreamkeepers city-states thrived far beyond our borders. It's from this time period the original nightmare legends emerged. But then, roughly 2,000 years ago, some cataclysm, changed that. The survivors retreated to the Anderuna region, and then nothing. The silent centuries, not a single written record escaped for over 700 years. Whatever happened during that time, what caused it and why, we have nothing but myths and legends to fall back on. Until now. I'm going to read what I've translated from the first archive scroll thus far. Narbonidus went out from Belshazzar, for he held Serapis and saw that she was beautiful, or beheld, and he worked wonders and runes for her delight, and was spared. And Arazu saw the artificer's works, and called out to him, saying, Verily, by your words, you command the earth, the heavens, the seas, and the stars. Command for us the spirits, and remove their hand from upon the gate. Drawing a circle of calling, Narbonidus took 2 Dreamkeepers alike from their mother, and summoned them into the spirits of order, and the radiance thereof did fill them. Trapped therein, order was lost from the gate, and the dark ones came forth without number, like the sands of the beaches, like the locusts upon the fields. And void was with them, and among them. The cities that fell were Uzbek, Carillion, Tirith, Belshazzar, and every strong place was made weak, and every wall was brought low, and all were put to the sword, man, woman, and child. The remnants fled towards Logos, to take refuge with the power of the spirits. But Serapis sundered Logos from the earth, casting it unto the sea, and saying, Look now! There is no deliverance from my hand. Fall upon your knees that you might be spared. So the last of the Dreamkeepers prepared for death as the Dark Ones arrayed against them. Void saw their victory was sure, that none would escape, not one. Hearing the light of another realm, he left to corrupt it. Raising his hand, Arazu prepared to slay all, stayed by neither power nor plea. But Serapis was moved by their fear and worship. And so Narbonidus turned his face against the Dark Ones and struck down Arazu, taking him within. He sheathed himself in power and in glory so that none could stand before him, nightmare or dreamkeeper. Narbonidus appointed himself lord and decreed that he was the author of all things, and that the world was in him and of him, and none could bring pen to paper whereupon he removed their hand. He raised walls around his flock and ruled over them, dreamkeeper and nightmare both. Serapis fled in her own kingdom and kind, and raised her own kingdom and kind. Narbonidus ruled with unceasing power, consuming warrior and child alike. And he saw the kingdom of Serapis and burned against it in his heart. Serapis saw that none could strike down Narbonidus, for he was beyond death, and consulting with the spirits resolved thus to imprison him. And she went to the masons and the planners who labored on the mansions of Narbonidus, and spoke to them of a manner from which there will be no return. They inscribed below the runes to catch away his power and authority, and all the walls above to stand firm, and the halls within to torment until time's end. Deceived, Narbonidus entered therein, and Day Raider stripped him of his might, and Serapis cast his prison down unto the heart of the earth, that none would look upon it until the heavens fall and the deep give up their secrets. The Narbonidus from those scrolls, you don't think it's the same nightmare we're up against now? Vi reported that within the archives their powers were entirely inoperable, and whatever happened with Calais earlier today wasn't a power. Here's what I'm afraid of. The dream world was thriving until 2,000 years ago when Narbonidus, our Narbonidus, summoned some protective, containing spiritual force into a pair of twins. And Calais does have a twin sister. If those accounts are accurate, then you think he did it again. Hordes of nightmares are manifesting as we speak, and the world is about to be wiped clean. Then we need to balance the scales. The nightmares of legend are real. What about the spirits of legend? Well, in terms of contemporaries, only one individual has ever found Logos and returned. Maybe it's time for another trip. What, Grunge? Sharkman? It's this guy. Oh, I have an eye for weakness. And that Narbonitis, he's hiding it alright. Void the Great is much... Or is this the tiny thing? Void the Great is much greater. It's like he's conserving his strength. Like it might run out. My guess is Nabby burnt himself down even more during that little dust-up you saw. So a discerning fellow like me, I have to ponder. Why is he bothering with some stupid orphan? Why not kill it? Oh, he's making the circle. Buddy, long time no see. Void's got a little errand for us. Mace, find, mark, kill. And he's off. And then we're at the end of Volume 4. This page here, I checked this website so many times and kept seeing this page, and it just did not connect at all, that I was finally able to go finish Chapter 12. But in any case, I think this is episode 10 and a half of Let's Read Dreamkeepers. In the next episode of Dreamkeepers, we're going to go back to Prelude for the foreseeable future, since Volume 5 is still on Patreon. And I'm not able to support the Patreon, although I will be linking it in the description as always, if you would like to. So, thanks for watching. This has been Anashi Sasuke. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe will be groovy. If you didn't, you'll need to do either one of those things. And I will see y'all in the next one. Later.